welcome back to another episode of The Jaily Show. This episode is brought to you... No, I'm kidding. This episode has a fantastic guest, right? Works in the recruitment space, specifically within tech, and has been through it, right? Is a business owner, thinks of recruitment in a slightly different way, but more importantly, has some brilliant tips for anyone out there looking for work of what they should be doing, and also some new ways to look at those people looking for recruiters right now of maybe who you should be looking for, because personally, I think that Thomas really has the goods on what he's looking to do. So without any more further talking from me, the lovely Mr. Thomas Woodhams. This week we have a wonderful guest, and we're going to get into a little bit about sales. We're going to get into a little bit about this man is a unicorn hunter, a known certified unicorn hunter. And we're going to get into there and going out and finding people and how to kind of, putting people together essentially is their bag. So I also want to say thank you for everyone who's joined us. We had a bunch of comments coming over the last couple of shows of saying we should have this person on and this person on. We're working through it and trying to contact them and get them on the show, and really appreciate it. Keep them coming through. Without further ado, without even the smallest modicum of ado more, let's bring on this week's guest, the wonderful Mr. Thomas Woodhams.
Boom. Hello.
How you doing, sir?
I like the entry, unicorn hunter. I feel like I should have had like a spear. Like, hello, I'm the unicorn hunter, ready to go.
Very Lord of the Rings, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very Lord of the Rings. I think I fit the bill of a Viking sort of vibe at the moment. Yeah, as I sort of came over it a little bit.
Exactly.
Brilliant to be on the show, though.
Well, for the kids out there who haven't heard of you, tell the people about you.
So, everyone might have seen me on LinkedIn or dropped off of LinkedIn recently. So yeah, my name's Thomas Woodhams, IT recruiter. Like everyone does refer me to be Ginger Ninja here, but I kind of get away from that because it's really about what I do is about, obviously, as Jay said, like a unicorn hunter. So I am an IT recruiter, and that's all I do. And pretty much in the space of tech, love tech in general. I do a bit of coding myself. So yeah, I like to get the people that it's hard to find for businesses. That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
So we've coming out of the last couple of horrendous years for the recruitment space, no matter what industry you're in. We can all agree with that. I don't think anyone out there is being like, 2020 was brilliant. Maybe one person who was a mask manufacturing recruiter. But the rest of the entire industry has come out of a sketchy couple of years and they're walking into it. But how is the market right now? How is business across the board?
Tough.
Yeah.
I would say recruitment is probably, if not me personally, probably one of the hardest jobs that I've had to do in my life. Especially having a business that obviously specialises in two different things. Specialise in IT, but obviously specialise in construction. I don't touch that. That's my business partner who does that side, but right. It's a tough old market. I think within the last 2 years, everyone has helping everyone with regards to getting jobs. There was a lot more people available. Obviously, things now change with businesses, obviously with hiring plans. There's obviously tech grants, and obviously tech is the main industry that's where the future is with regards to people, and everything's tech related, whatever you do. And it's just getting good people. That is the key for any business, is to find the good people that are going to stay, they're going to be loyal, they're going to have all the attributes. It's a team fit. It's very much changed how hiring used to be before, where people used to get a CV, they used to sift through the CVs. It's now about team fit. If your face fits, it's about what you do outside of work. It's completely changed. Obviously, you've got the hybrid work, and some people don't want to go to an office, but especially within tech, it has to be more of a collaboration where people are sitting down, they're on whiteboards doing tech, doing developments and stuff like that. There's like the Egypt hieroglyphs that are going on.
No, I hear someone's drawing a cloud somewhere. No.
Exactly. What does that mean? But it's shifted, and I think especially with January, obviously a few months ago, is that there's normally a massive influx of candidates at that period because people think new year, new start, new me, want to go to the gym, give up in a month, and don't want to do the job because they've changed it. But it hasn't happened. So effectively, you're going out unicorn hunting for these people where businesses are wanting X, Y, and Z for this amount. and that's it. It's either that way or the highway. But sometimes you have to educate
and having to headhunt, essentially, then having to actually go to people and be like, "Hi, I know you're in a full-time role and you're not necessarily looking for work, but
it's the but I've got a job for you." But it's not about just the normal recruitment skills where people think obviously recruitment in general or businesses would normally just you put the job out on a job board and you just basically just wait and that's it. You sort of okay, that's my job done. But it's effectively going to the network of people. It's going to GitHub. It's going to Kaggle. It's going to Reddit. It's going into the forums. It's actually going to speak to the communities. Because the people that I tend to go for are people that I've not even heard before, because that's the whole point of why you give sort of exclusive profiles to businesses and say, look, I've got that unicorn. He's here. What do you think? Oh, we don't want to pay. But because obviously these people are quite rare, they can ask for a lot more than the others. Because they tick all the boxes. So it's a catch-22 there. People are hiring, but people want this, and this, but they haven't got this. But then that's it. They don't want to compromise. So sometimes you have to educate businesses that they've got the 4 things that you would normally look for that you would give them an interview. Oh no, it's the face. The face doesn't fit, or the hobby. It's crazy. It's really, really hard. And I'm not even joking. Recruitment is so hard.
Well, you brought up something I haven't really thought about, but it's been a big conversation constantly. Like we've been recruiting for on and off for the last year or so. And culture is such a bigger conversation over the last 2 or 3 years than I remember when it was back when I could be employed. Like I used to be just that you'd take a job and then you'd work there for a while and be like, huh, that's what it's like here. Wow. Right. You know, there was never any conversation of like, you're definitely at Brighton. I can hear seagulls. Amazing.
Seagulls. You'll be on that boat soon. So,
you'll see me outside.
I'm here.
Let's talk about it on the boat.
Yeah.
But there's that culture conversation as well. So not only am I looking someone who ticks the boxes of like, can they do, you know, this set of skills, that set of skills, have they got these abilities? But now I'm also set, like you say, like the hobbies and interest part of someone's CV has become important to me. Whereas I used to put jokes on it. I used to change it every time I sent it and was like, you know, keen interest in jiu-jitsu or something. Right? And I've never rolled in my life, you know. But you know, I'd put I think I put swordfish fisherman or something like that, like, you know, something really specific, right? I used to just have fun in the hobbies. But now I'm looking at new potential employees. And for me, I guess that's the difference as well, is I don't look for employees. I look for people to join us. I don't want someone who's going to be my employee. I want someone who's going to join the rabble, you know, the collective, the vibe, exactly, right? But, you know, he's going to join this mission that we're all kind of on together and do it. And it's not necessarily someone who can, you know, for us, use the Adobe suite and knows what a podcast is, right?
Yeah,
you know, there's a lot of people who tick that box, but are they going to be able to have conversations with Mason, the producer, and John, the other producer, and Tony, the creative director? Like, and is it all going to gel? And it wasn't necessarily a conversation back. Well, I don't think so. Back when I was hired 1,000 times for different roles.
Yeah, it's crazy because you normally see the hobbies. It's like, what? If people are listening and they want to change their hobbies, please change their hobbies, because it's just like walking, fishing, listening to music, socializing. But
have you got my CV?
Yeah, it's just here. Dancing with the devil. And normally, like, I think, well, I have a lot more within tech, with the tech CVs and hobbies, that I'm seeing people. I'm telling people, like, put their projects on there, like, put projects that specifically for the job. Like, if you've, for example, like a Python or SQL job that you've done in data engineering or data analyst, and you've obviously got an open source project, and showcase what other activities that you're doing around tech. But it does become quite laborious when, obviously, even if hiring managers are not using recruiters and you're having sort of 50 or 60 CVs are coming through, and you're just like, it's literally, a hiring manager would read a CV 30 seconds in general. It'd be 30 seconds because they haven't got the time to filter through. And then you might miss something off because they've looked down and they just said it enjoys darts. and meeting people at the pub. It's kind of really big. You've seen it.
They took the time to put Joy's darts, but they didn't put that Python project.
Exactly. No, but they're actually amazing. And it's sometimes I think sometimes it is hard to write CVs, but like even for me, sometimes I thought, I'd love to just to sort of apply for a job, just using my sort of skills, shall we say? And then I just think, I look at the screen, I think I don't even know what I'm doing. I can't even sell myself. Sometimes it's like, and I'm like thinking, how would I start? But then suddenly you kind of just have this creative thing. I think it is very hard to sell yourself. Some people, like even for me, I love being in front of people. When I'm in front of people and actually have meetings face to face, but obviously that's changed because people want to do meetings via either Teams or Zoom or Google Meet, Google Hangouts. So it's very hard just to be like, hey. And then you're like, and you go into robotic mode because you're doing this. But sometimes it is just kind of having a normal business conversations is 5 minutes about business. Then it's obviously probably about 55 minutes about stuff.
This weekend's UFC or something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's always the way. But I think it's that initial stage about trying to get yourself out there and get noticed by the hiring managers or being something a little bit. I don't know if you've seen it before, but someone did a Mario Kart. I think it was Super Mario as a CV. So it was a graphic designer, and it was actually them going through leveling up through their graphic design. That played as a CV, and actually that I think it got like over 10 million views, and it just wanted to show their creativity on how good they are, and they did it as a CV with Mario going through and then winning at the end, and it mind blowing.
That's amazing.
For something
and,
like that.
And what really blows me away about that is that we've had 5 roles up, I think, over a year, something like that. About 5 roles, play someone, grow the team. Yeah. It's about 5 roles. And had over 750 applicants.
That's crazy.
And I look at all of them because I remember what it's like, right? I am the hiring manager, right? Well, me and Tony were 2 directors, right? We looked through it. And I know that if you looked at Tony's CV, you'd be like, God, that's a load of stuff because he's very analytical, but he's not a salesperson, right? So you'd be able to look at it and be like, God, that's loads of stuff, right? Because he's that kind of guy who would be like, and I did, and oh, there was this. Whereas my CV would be like, killed it here, smashed it there. And I'd be, mine would be tailored to the job I'm trying to get. Where I'd be, I used to change my job titles in previous roles further down that didn't really matter anyway, to the same as the one I was applying for. Why? Just so psychologically they went through and went, oh, look, he's done the job. Yeah, I've done the job enough to do the job, but I've done
the title. I've done the title.
If it's a title you need for me to have to think I've done the job, then wicked. But I'm telling you I did the job. It's why I'm applying for the damn thing, right? Yeah. So me and Tony go through every CV. Even if they're definitely a no, and I say definitely no, for instance, ours was a location thing. We want people to come to the office and be part of the team so we can high five and chest bump or whatever is COVID relevant now. In the shoulder, well done, mate. This is a little a doff of the cap.
Headbutt each other.
That's okay. It's okay.
Amazon stuff.
Only less than a second, it's all right. No, but we need to be able to kick the chair back and be like, hey man, what's going on there? How are we doing that? And it's a creative environment, and we found that we get better for that. So for that reason, it's really weird, but we want to still work in an office together. Made that really clear. Made the mistake of not making it like horrendously clear in the first round, and the second time took that note and really made sure of it. So even when we're getting applications from people who are, in the north of England, Scotland, Wales, Abu Dhabi, we're still then having a look through it and being like, I don't know, good reel, but it's still a no. But we still want to look through it and then actually come back with some feedback. Most people don't. And that's the thing I think that candidates have to realize, or anyone looking for a job right now out there has to realize, is people don't look at they don't really look at all of the bits of the CV.
It's a skim.
It's a skim. This is it, and we block out like I say, it's like nearly 800. So many.
It's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot to go through, especially one by one, and actually try and sort of analyze them sorts of CVs and then go, what's this? That's all right, but it's not this. So,
and then back to your point, I'm literally looking at creatives, and there's, I would say 40% of the people who have sent through CVs, there's no reel. When in the job description it said send a reel or send a video CV, right? We said that because I thought that'd be really easy and cool. I thought for a video person, then that'd be something that they're just like, yeah, no worries. Oh, yeah. Hi, it's me. I'm doing this, right? We didn't get a single one, not one. And 40% of the CVs had no reels on them. So we didn't discount people.
Not reading.
Feels like it, but or just I don't know, or because we then went the next step of not discounting those people who hadn't added a reel. You haven't even added a reel. I'm too busy for this. We messaged them all and was like, "Hey man, there's no reel. Do you want to send this one through?" And I think it's the thing which I never understood when I was looking for work is like the amount of work that the person hiring is having to do to find their unicorn, right? To find the right person for them is tons. The least you can do is like try your best to stand out in one way or another if you really want the job. Like read all the job description. If you don't, I'm not saying that you have to tick all the boxes with us either. We're totally cool with that. But like, send a cover letter and be like, I don't drive. It says I need a driving license, but I don't drive. And I'll be like, all right, cool. Well, how would you get here? I'm going to cycle when I live this far away. Groovy, carry on. Let's move into rollerblade,